with like first-time CEO entrepreneurs, basically. I think that's a true test of whether a firm does seed or not.
So the company I just funded, WePay, two 23-year-old founders out of Boston College who this is their first company. So really smart, interesting guys. When we discussed what they were doing as a partnership, my partner said, these guys don't really have financial services experience. I said, no. And they said, well, have you done the background check? And I said, well, like what? You heard them. They're extraordinarily smart. They're doing something interesting. Seems like it's something worth pursuing, and we did. So, same thing. I funded a company called Red Swoosh. Travis Kalanick, who started it. He had been one of the founders of Scour back in the early days, one of the P2P networks. But we hadn't backed him there. But what he was doing was interesting, and was an opportunity to invest early and help him build a business. So, I think that for your typical, kind of typical Series A investor, seed is an interesting challenge because we're used to saying, okay, let's get involved, let's stay involved, we're going to support the entrepreneur, and seed is a different beast. But on the other hand, I do think that if you see some really interesting opportunity and great entrepreneurs to back, that we should bet early.
One of the great things I see going on in the space is that the seed market is getting largely institutionalized, meaning that there are actually some great groups out there that are focusing 100% on seed investing, the first-round capitals and the true ventures of the world. And the nice thing about that is that they can actually make these bold bets with new entrepreneurs if they feel the right fit. And where we try to fit in is we try to get to know those guys, and as they find companies that get to the point of market-facing challenges, hopefully we get a phone call. I mean, we got a call 2 years ago from Rob Hayes over at First Round. They had a company that was largely built their entire technology on $1 million, and we're ready to face the market. They had about a dozen customers, and we're trying to get to 100 customers. That company was Mashery, and we were the first institutional investor there, joining them. It's been a great ride. They're doing fantastic.
How did you find Oren's company? And can we fix the Twitter feed, the demo company? I will recognize other demo companies in a more positive light.
I was really fortunate. Rob and I had met each other a while back, and he knew our value proposition was all about sales and marketing. And he said, hey, I got this company where these guys have built something really cool, and I think this is the right time to start looking at getting a whole bunch of customers. And so that's how we got pulled into it.
Dan, do you have a follow-on question on that, or are you good?